We're live. Seems to be live on Twitch. And YouTube. And so got up just for the sake of, so I'm streaming on both today is the day I'm streaming on both platforms, or at least for this stream. Oh, I just next I'll just doing the setting adjustments. So I saw a video of this years ago. So we can't accept jobs where you have access to all maps, or it will allow us to have access to the jobs, but we'll have to work to unlock maps. I feel like it's nothing wrong with doing a bit of work. I don't know what the jobs actually are. Basically, as I was saying, basically I watched a video of this. I think it was a Markiplier video. I saw it and I thought, it looks alright. I don't think it's got the best of reviews currently, but I also noticed no one else is streaming it. It's... Wait, what year was this game again? Right. No, not Airport Control. I was looking through what other games they did. I know quite a popular one. They did what was it? I just saw it, man. Gas Station Sim, which is quite big right now. So it was released about 7.5, 8 years ago. Yeah, something like that. Like 6th of December 2018. Mixed reviews. This game may be buggy. It's I think he just did the one video on it, and the reviews are mixed, but mainly I got it. I wanted to give it a go. We're going story mode, of course. This might be a one-off stream, depending on how I'm vibing with it. Like, welcome to Treasure Hunter. Like, since it's kind of an old game that it doesn't have controller compatibility, which hurt it for me. I'm not saying it's would hurt for everyone, but it's a minor detriment because I'm a controller player. But I wanted to give you a go. Welcome to Treasure Hunter. This is a tutorial level. In it, we will teach you how to play and find treasures quickly and effectively. If you already know how to play Treasure Hunter, you can press the skip button below. Otherwise, press OK to start. Treasure Hunter will traverse large landscapes and explore vast areas of the world. To do so, you will need to prepare for a very long walk. So press the movement keys. I think it is a good looking environment. When you enter a location, you always bring your PDA with you. The PDA will not only allow you to see where you are, map, but also check your current jobs and take photos using the camera. To open the PDA, press the PDA. Oh, from what I thought it was going to turn out it was just crouch. This is the world map. Here you will find a top-down view of your current location with important landmarks marked. The map will update with locations that you managed to find the treasure. In this section PDA, you can find all the jobs you accepted. You can click on any of the jobs to see what is required to complete it, your progress attachments, what rewards it offers. And the camera. This is the PDA camera. You can use it to take photos during your adventures. Some jobs may require you to take photos of specific objects in the world. Okay, doke. I do. Ooh. It's not bad music. When you get close to a treasure, your detector will start emitting a low-frequency sound. Additionally, you will see a small icon appear in the lower right corner of your screen. These notifiers are your main tool in locating treasures. When close to a treasure, you can focus on your detector and enter the search mode. This will allow you to locate the treasure and dig it up. Right mouse button. While in search mode, move using your movement keys. Additionally, you can use the rotation keys to rotate left or right. The options moves will allow you to change the rotation to work where you reach the edge of the screen with your detector instead of Q and E key. We have found an old button. Oh. Type unknown, rarity unknown, metal unknown, condition unknown, value unknown. Identification progress. Treasure, normal, other. Don't know what it means by other. So, I mean, it's obviously got to be metal because they're using a metal detector. Tolerable condition. Well, I mean, it's. I feel like it's probably quite good for. Like, it's a button. Worth $8. This button is very old indeed. Material manufacturing technique and ornamentation suggest this particular button dates back to 14th or 15th century Europe. Buttons have been already in use in ancient Rome, but there are even older examples like those in China around 2000 BC. The oldest buttons are believed to be more than 5,000 years, made out of curved shells in the Indus Valley. While searching for a trip. Digging. You managed to find a treasure. Now you will need to dig it up. Digging up will require you to pull out your shovel. To grab your shovel, press the action key, default left button, when the detector is above the treasure. This will lock your position. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. After digging up a treasure, you can start the identification process. To do so, click the Identify button. At first, the treasure will be cleaned, and after that, you will need to start inspecting it by rotating. So the rotating reveals it. Find small details that will help you recognize the item. This process becomes easier the more treasures of the same type you find. To track your progress, look at the upper left corner of the screen. Taking. Once an item is identified, you can place it in your inventory by pressing the Take button. Once added to your inventory, items will remain there until you return to the office, at which point they will be moved to your collection. Oh. You'll be making some fine additions to our collection. Identification progress. Ruined Washington Quarter. Treasure. Rare. Metal is silver. Condition is tolerable. $8 again. So that button was worth this coin. A $quarter coin, also referred to as a Washington Quarter, issued by the United States Mint since August 1st, 1932. All coins until 1985 consist of about 90% silver and 10% copper. This particular coin is actually from 1932, as evidenced by the date on the coin. The Washington Quarter replaced the Standing Liberty Quarter, 1916 to 1930, in celebration of the 1932 bicentennial of the birth of its first president, George Washington. Yoink! It's mine now, assholes! Why did I say that? Inventory. After picking up and identifying a treasure, it will be placed in your inventory. After you return to your office, you'll place it. To open your inventory and check what you collected, press I. Legendary. Each stone you visit will also have a special treasure called a legendary. These items are very rare and can only be found if you get some tips where to look. Once found, identified and stored, a legendary item will greatly increase their... Turn to the office. Pick any of you can return your office and pick a new zone to adventure in. Turn to your office, press S and return to office. So how do you find clues then? Like, is there a legendary one here? There we go. Digging. Digging. Collecting. Identify. An old medallion depicting the Blessed Virgin Mary. Identification progress. Destroyed miraculous medal. Type treasure. Rarity normal. Metal gold. Condition poor. $10. I mean, it makes sense that it makes sense to lose value because it's poor condition. But then it does also make sense that it'd be worth more because it's gold rather than silver. This medallion's design is in fact known as the miraculous medal. Spelling error, but I shouldn't complain given my skill. Designed and produced by the French goldsmith Adrien Vachetti in 1830. That sounds vaguely familiar. I'm not a historian, so it might be well, it's a well-known name. Why do you not know that? But it sounds like vaguely familiar, which means that probably those in the circle may well know it quite well. Not knowing how many he made, but they were quite popular ever since. The origins of this medallion. I'm wondering if it's been one of these have been mentioned in like a murder mystery. That might be where. The origins of this medallion are based on the version a vision of the Blessed Virgin Mary, a French sister by the name of Catherine Lebeur, based on the Blessed Virgin Mary, a French sister by the name of Catherine Lebeur had. The design of the medallion directly reflects elements of that vision, like the 12 stars on the back or the Sacred Hearts of Jesus, crowned with thorns next to the Immaculate Heart of Mary pierced with a sword. The medallion went into production with the approval of the Catholic Church and has been reproduced ever since. It is estimated that more than 1 million people worldwide carry a copy of that design today. Well, there's a little bit of precision. An old button. Normal treasure, normal, other, poor condition, $5. This is an old button made out of brass. That helps explain the price. It's all likelihood it has been used on a uniform of some kind. Judging by the material and manufacturing method and uniform from World War II or from World War I or World War II are the most likely candidates. It makes sense why it makes sense for the price level. I don't know if this actually really does anything. I don't know how you... Hard to read. I don't know how you find the clues for the legendary thing. Diggy diggy hole. An oddly shaped bit of metal, likely a piece of a device or machine of sorts, hardly of any value. Yep, somehow I expected it to be hardly of any value. What? Piece of metal. A shaped metal pin from a rather modern product like a piece of camping gear or alike. Pretty much of no value. I thought so. I mean, you say it's pretty much of no value, but it's worth $10. We had something earlier on. We had a couple of things earlier that were worth $8, and those are actual antiques. And it's good condition, which I suppose helps. Iron. It's a rare. I mean, it's marked as a rare though, but I don't know why. Achievement for finding 5 items. Can things appear on here? I don't know how. I've seen the video, but I don't remember how you get the clues. So I'm not, which I'm kind of grateful for. But on the other hand, I wouldn't mind knowing how to find those clues. Like, I'm not saying I want to know how to find the objects. I just want to know how you find the clues. But then again, this being a tutorial area, there might not even be a legendary grade item. I'm not sure if it's a return to stream game. Well, I don't regret it. That's a button, isn't it? It's an old button. Poor quality, $5. Other normal treasure. This button is very old indeed. Material manufacturing ornamentation back in 14th, 15th century. 1,000 years old. It's another one of those ones. Good jump. No, there isn't. I think I need the unstuck feature. Should I maybe go into the main mode? I know there's more there, that's the thing. Oh, a needle. Oh, I didn't identify. That's the issue. Uh, it's rare, iron, good condition, $10. Treasure. Judging by the material, length, shape, and especially the hole referred to as the eye, this needle likely to date back to the 18th or even 17th century. Needles have been used as early as the prehistoric era, where needles made out of thorns or rock fragments have been used with sinew or plant material as thread for sewing together animal skins. The earliest documented needle dates back 61,000 years in Africa. Bone needles were used as far as 50,000 years ago, while copper needles have been dated back to 4400 BC. First iron needle dates back to 3rd century BC. I could see why it's not gone high ratings, but I'm enjoying it. I don't know if I see it's unlikely that this was the game of the year when it in 2018. A metal pipe. No. Era, possibly late 19th century. A 19th century muzzle-loaded musket. The muzzle indicates it's rifled, and given the age and place, it is safe to conclude it's made to use the Mini Ball, maybe one of the Springfield 18 series models? I mean, we just found ourselves a gun. Ah, there's a legendary item. Type legendary. Rarity exceptional. Metal iron. Condition good. Value priceless. Priceless? What good is something that is priceless? I want something that is worth something, goddammit! I want me some coin! Well, actually, yes, give us more coin. Those were interesting. Actually, like, I'm kind of curious. Coin collectors out there. I'm curious to know what gives you the appeal to it. Like, I'm not gonna say I can't see any appeal at all. I can see some reasons, but I'm curious to know if there's anyone out there. What is the reason that you find it appealing? Is it being able to see currency through the ages, evolution, the designs? The mere fact of touching a piece of history that may have been in exchange for who knows what deals. Or what do you think? Are you just along the lines of, I think it's cool? Era 1856 to 1862. A Springfield Model 1855 rifled musket made between 1856 and 1862, but it was superseded by the Model 1861. From the American Civil War, that helps explain it. Back then, it was a revolutionary weapon that changed the battlefield. Its rifled barrel and the use of of the mini ball not only increased the musket's effective range, but also its accuracy. And I would say, well, it's not as deadly as modern weapons. While this is kind of true, it's also kind of not true. Where you get shot with a modern weapon or one of these boys, you're still at risk of significant lethal damage. Because at the end of the day, a gun is a gun. Yes, the guns we have may be more efficient, but it's still the same basic principle. But that said, these things are tended to be single-shot weaponries for the most part, where it took some time to reload. Today, you can fire off a magazine and reload it in a matter of seconds. It's a little unsettling. But yeah, the use of the... It's actually why I... Like, it's not a case of, look, I'm not... Like, my opinions on Americans, your guns, you do whatever. But I'm just saying that the laws of the right to bear arms was done back in the day when this was the kind of arms you would be bearing. The times are a little different. Use of the then new Maynard tape primer meant that the precision cap did not have to be manually placed, and also prevented many of the misfires, which in turn resulted in significantly faster reloading times compared to earlier muskets. Back in those days, how often a soldier could fire his musket actually trumped accuracy and range. I mean, that's got some truth to it. I can see. Good job! Congratulations, you have found your first legendary item and thus completed the tutorial. Go back to your office now and learn more about what you can do there. So we... A key. An old key. Normal treasure, iron, poor condition, worth $5. This key is made out of iron and dates back to 19th century, judging by its size, pin, wards, and bits. This key was used either for a padlock or a lock in a drawer or small cabinet. The earliest known lock and key device was discovered in the ruins of Nirvana, the capital of ancient Assyria. I'm kind of curious to know how historically accurate this game is. I mean, like, it'd be really cool to find out that this was developed by a historian, or at least someone who was a big history buff. I kind of feel a little bit of that vibe, cause like I feel like they've gone to try to bring in some actual little facts based on the tutorial, at least. I mean, there's certain factors that come into play of the question of the history versus the present and all those kind of, like, kind of, what's names for, like, what is the value of history? I mean, and it's kind of certain arguments of, it's kind of extremely valuable. But if we don't learn from it, it loses what value it has whatsoever. At least that's my understanding. Well, we got $61 worth. That's not. I don't know if this crosses over. Like, I want to know if you were to Ooh, what are you doing, Tag? You crazy person. How you doing, man? Thanks for the raid. Hey, Taz. It's been a while. How are you doing? How are you guys doing? I've just been kind of... This is kind of an old game. I've been kind of... Well, as I said in the beginning. I've been... Well, here's the thing, Tag. From a little bit of sneak peek that I remember from the video where this originally caught my eye. I know there is indeed gold. But I mean, I don't like to think of it as from that place, but I miss seeing what it said. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. I mean, it's been too hot today. I end up oversleeping late for work and missed out on getting on a good opportunity to get some new magic. Blow them up, but aside from that, yeah, it's been a good day. And it's, I mean, I could do with more sleep. I really could. There's the new gun we've got. It happens, and they're understanding about me being late. I mean, the magic is kind of a bit whatever. It's not. I'll try and find some elsewhere, I guess. But and they were understanding at work, so providing I don't do it too often. Yep, fair enough. I figured you were off soon. I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of giving me kind of jazz, kind of Jumanji vibes with a little bit of a jazz beat type meshed into it. How is the audio, by the way? Do I need to turn the volume up or down? Because I mean, I'm looking at the bars. It looks like it might be a little low, but it's hard to tell. Yeah, good to know, good to know. But yeah, this game is from like 2018. And I actually think that the visual, it's not bad visuals for a 2018 game. I'm not saying it's anything particularly special, but you know. I still think it's kind of cool. Wait, we're going to be collecting meteorites? Coins. I mean, that's a... I'm not sure if there's enough to the game to be recommending it as a must-play. But it does feel like a nice bit of a game to chill at. I also don't know how much there is to the game. I don't believe it's a particularly large file. Like, it's probably a game that there are probably people that could probably... Hammerheads. Interesting. There's probably people who could probably have finished this inside a matter of hours, like a stream or two. Egypt? Apparently someone, presumably us, smokes a pipe. Ah, yes, so... The map is the main view when you enter the computer, and it's used to set destinations for your next adventures. Use it, simply select the pin in the world map and press travel. Before you go, you can also read more about the locations on the information panel to the right from the map. In the story mode, you can see your progression for every map as well as reset a map if you want to start over. I mean, I guess it's guiding us through it. There's another one here. But let's start with what it recommended with a Bavarian lake. And I think that's like from the initial image, that looks like a nice looking lake. Location: Alapsee, Bavaria, Germany. Well, nothing really exciting as such ever happened there. The Alapsee Lake is one of those locations on every treasure hunter's radar. One of the reasons for this area's fame amongst the selected group of peoples are the rumors of it being the resting place of Hitler's gold. See, I did say about the gold. However, let's be fair. Let's say it's the gold that Hitler took, rather than calling it Hitler's gold. I feel is a better way to look at it. While likely untrue, as shown by evidence of endless divers trying and failing to find it, the area is known to yield interesting finds, be it those from the First or Second World War. An old German Pickelhelm. Oh, an old German Pickelhelm. I'm guessing that was the name, and I was just reading it right. Would for sure be an interesting addition to any collection. Oh no, it's not a name. A German Pickelhelm. What's a Pickelhelm, do you know? So we have 30%, so 30%, so we have some kind of rota here for what's large, what's small, what's deep, what's shallow. Which I'm guessing that's like the percentage of what you can find. I'm curious. I'm curious, Dad, do you suppose you'd consider checking this game out yourself? Lecture Buscher. Binnen wij zie das de park een jaar? 2018 Dresden Falcon. I have a suspicion that that might be a clue, but I can't read it because the graphics are not. Possibly the graphics are not set very well. A map of the area. Little pig, let me come in. Bitte nicht verreinen. I'm not going to claim to know German at all in any capacity. I mean, little snippets maybe. Arrow. I'm kind of curious to know if the person that made this game maybe visited at least some of these places. I will say, I feel like the water texture helps show that it's not helps. I don't think this game does water too well, but I don't hate it. I mean, to be fair, I feel like water is something that is hard to do well in games. Like, at least with decent images of flowing river, because that looks a little bit too repetitive. But, you know, like if you're going to do a game just on the visuals alone, then I feel like you're not much of a gamer. But I do feel like they have done a good job of it. Yeah, somehow I had a feeling. I mean, there's an X here. Weirdly, it's not. The X isn't marking the spot. Oh, I see. I see the little thing in the bottom right. Actually, is a indicator of actually how close you are. That's cool. I didn't notice that at first. Looks like it's a coin. An old medallion depicting the blessed. I think we've already seen this. But maybe it's. So I don't think the text is worth reading every time, but it looks like you do get some variables in the quality. Because the last one was poor quality. This is tolerable. It's actually worth $20, which is pretty nice. I don't actually. I'm curious to know. Do you actually sell these? So, I mean, or is it just a way to be like, oh, cool, this is a viable item? Oh, a small round lead ball, likely from a musket. I'm guessing this is going to be low value because it's just a bullet. Poor quality. I mean, it's worth $10. It's a little surprising. It's a normal rarity. I would have thought it might have been a common rarity, but hey ho. The ball is a projectile used in muskets. Given the size of this ball, it could be either from the early musket or even an arquebus, a gunpowder weapon preceding muskets. This in turn means it dates back possibly as early as the 15th century or as late as the early 17th century. The projectile of musket is correctly called a ball, not a bullet. I know it's true. Interestingly enough, the word bullet is derived from the French word boulette, which in turn roughly means little ball. See, if I assume that to be true, it's nice little bits of nice little hints here. But I'm guessing there's depth, but that's going to impact how often we dig. Small round lead ball. I think this is going to be the same as before, but just better quality. Yep. It's a tolerable quality, worth a bit more coin. I'm guessing other will likely incline it towards meaning like an alloy. Diggy diggy hole. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I do like my sim games. Apparently, well, it depends on the sim game. A very old gold coin. Roman. This old coin is a ducat minted in Habsburg, Austria. Why does it say Roman when we were in Germany? While their ducats were minted up until 1871, this particular one is significantly older. Based on its design showing Leopold I and reference to the mint in Graz, this ducat has been struck between 1676 and 1682. Tolerable, and it's worth 100. I mean, it's made of gold. That's a rare item. I can understand it being a rare coin. Yeah, $120. We're in the money, folks. Find achievement for finding 5 rare items. I had to re-angle to be able to dig. Okay. What is it? Metal fastener. I was guessing it sounded like that, but a metal fastener that was attached to the frame of a folding chair of some sorts. Useless junk. I mean, it's good condition iron. Normal rarity. It makes sense there'd be trash. And it's worth $1. Still, a dollar is a dollar. We currently have $171 value. I remember something I was curious to have when I was a kid of having a metal detector. No, a bit of rubbish, I'm guessing? Wait, like a clip? Carabiner. An old carabiner someone lost while exploring this area. Certainly not one you want to use to secure anything in its current state. Useless junk. It says it's good quality, good condition. Iron, normal. It's a dollar. I'll take that dollar. Except there's not actually money, is it? Of course, know what sim games would you be interested in me seeing me play? A pour ring. A pour ring from a can, most likely one holding a beverage at some point. Useless junk. I was about to say, well, what else would it be holding? It then occurred to me, it could have been sardines or... Find 10 common items. It does feel like a nice mellow time though. Beer trash. Oh no, it's not trash. An old ring seems quite old indeed and likely valuable. I think it was another ring pull, but it wasn't. Treasure? Exceptional rarity. Gold? Tolerable and $25. The rings were used as a status symbol. Rings were affordable only for rich people and warriors who captured them during wars. Yeah. Yoink. Thinking something was on its way. There we go. Generally do find this to be a mellow time. A bent nail. An old, rusty and bent nail. Useless junk. Ooh. I'm getting a bit seasick from this grass. Not good to be getting seasick. And I suppose technically it'll be motion sickness, but... An old .45 casing from a pistol cartridge. I can see this being common rarity. Oh, apparently it's a rare. Good quality and $10. Casing for a .45 ACP pistol cartridge. Very likely World War II or shortly thereafter. Now that adds a bit to the... understands it now a bit more to the value. The .45 ACP pistol cartridge was designed in 1905 by John Browning and gained massive popularity due to Colt's M1911 pistol, the standard issue firearm for the United States Armed Forces from 1911 to 1986. Alright, so now we're fastening the load of junk. There's a lot to find here, though. It's just that most of it is trash. I'm kind of glad they don't have it as a perpetual beeping after you find the location of something. And a locket, an old necklace, looks valuable. Silver heart was a symbol of lovers. It was a beautiful gift for a beloved girl. I mean, I'm curious to know if this is an English original language. Not that this one, if it's not. I'm just curious to know if it was. It's just a case of it's a slightly off. If they were an English speaker, that's a first language English speaker that did it. But like I said, I shouldn't complain too much. A rare treasure made of silver, tolerable condition, $25. That's... Well, that said, to someone it may well have been priceless. That was a quick find. It was just a little slow to get the lock in, slower getting the lock in position. An old nail, junk. I am liking this game, but I also don't know if it's a. I mean, I don't know how much there is to the game if it justifies long-term going. An old and rusty bottle cap from a soda bottle. If you wait until at least 2077, it might be worth something, though. I got. So I believe that what we got there is a nice Fallout reference. A spectacular Fallout reference. I'm guessing it's a Fallout because bottle caps is the currency of choice for that. Trouble is, 2077 is also a big cyberpunk reference, so... In particular, Cyberpunk 2077. But I don't know if that came out before or after this. Well, I mean, the latest version, but there might have been like a... like... I will say, so far, the trouble I am getting with this game... Oh, I mean, I already know it's not going to be worth much because I can tell what it is. But I don't get why it's considered rare. Oh, I don't care for them deciding to put mosquitoes in the game. I really don't think those are needed. Oh. So how about you up there? What are you thinking of this game? Bottle cap? I am. I'll say the. I mean, it's not realistic, but it is beautiful. Is that a badger? Is that meant to be a badger? I'm just curious. I'm just curious to know, is there a way to find out without leaving the level to see how... We don't want controls? Hang on. Oh, so you actually get a map of... Wait, is that the way we? Is that the way we've walked rather than? I don't know. See, that's. I'm guessing that that's the route we've walked, so we can see like what areas we still have to explore. But I do feel like I need to explore back here a little bit more. Yeah, I'm guessing that it's like, I'm guessing those little white dots are like showing the regions that you've explored, so you know what regions you need to go and explore. I can also see a certain repetition in it. And to be fair, there are plenty of games that are examples of repetition. Trust the old nail. But then I suppose it's... I do feel there's a chill time, but there's another factor of it is also a little bit. I mean, it's kind of dated. It's dated in the element of it's a little old and there's only so much to it. Massive rifle casting, most likely from the 50 BMG cartridge. Thing is, I legit think it's a mellow game. Let's be fair, it was it's from the same people that did the gas stop simulator. Gas station? Which I think it helps show that they had a nice bit of evolution. They did evolve over the times. But I mean, I think you could. I did notice they are bringing out a second treasure hunter simulator. It's not got any release date yet. It's a coming soon thing on Steam. So maybe, I might be getting ahead of the curve since potentially other people might return to play this with the situation where they're bringing the new one. I'd be curious to know if Markiplier will play the second one, because since he did do the first one. But I'm tangenting, of course. I mean, you've got to. Otherwise you would get... And I could see people getting bored of this if they were... I'm not going to say like anything against them, or for them. Like, it helps to have something to tangent into, I do feel. Or maybe something in the background? No doubt this is a casing from the massive .50 BMG cartridge. Given the location, it is likely to date back to World War II, where it has seen its first use on a massive scale. Developed during World War I by John Browning for use in anti-aircraft weapons. It has been quickly adapted for other areas such as aircraft or naval weapons for the Browning M1921 machine gun. I think I recognise the term Browning. I think because the Call of Cthulhu books in the guns section, there are a few that are referred to as Browning guns or something like that. It has been quickly adapted for other areas such as the .50 BMG cartridge has been part of every major conflict since World War II and is among the best known and mostly recognisable cartridges in the world. I mean, there's the factor of if it works, why fix it? Now, I was about to comment, but we have to dig this up first. An old button. Probably not even, it's probably just not even going to be for identifying. Cheap metal button, some seem to have lost a while ago. Useless junk. Thing is, it's not even an antique button. We've seen some antique buttons. This is just an ordinary button. What I was going to say is, I feel like one of the best aspects of the game is, although it's a little low compared to modern day games, that's the evolution of graphics. I do still think it's a nice environment to go and observe. I'll be honest, I was really expecting to see something there. But it looks like it's just another casing. An old 9mm pistol casing. I feel like we've already seen it. No, I think this is a new kind of casing. There seems to be a lot of casings in this area. Which is interesting considering it's a place where not much is supposed to have happened. Horrible condition. Other metal, $7. Normal rarity for treasure. It's without a doubt casing for the 9x19mm pistol cartridge. Also known as the 9mm Parabellum or 9mm Luger based on its origin. Developed in 1902 in Germany for the Luger pistol, it gained massive popularity after World War II. Today it is the world's most popular cartridge for pistols and submachine guns, used by militaries and law enforcement all over the world. Again, if it's broke, why fix it? Like, I assume there's some structural advantage to it in some way or other. Okay, so nothing in these spots, but that's the thing about these kind of checkings. You kind of have to check everywhere. I'm curious. Is anyone out there had them when they were younger, or maybe even now, I suppose? Had a metal detector, or have a metal detector. Did you get much use out of it? I thought I heard some kind of sound. It's a little unsettling. Oh, here's a thought. Imagine if you can put a bit of RNG as to what you would find in here. Like that, I could see potential for expanding on this. Let's just know a boss button. I've seen you before. But still, $5 worth. Like, I might return to this. I might not. It's one of the more awkward. One of the more awkward games to go streaming because I booted up to make sure, and I had to adjust the settings so it would be going into window mode to be sure I could get to set up properly. Very useless junk. Yep. Find 20 common items. Honestly, for those that like fishing, I could imagine that this might be a well-liked little fishing spot. Actually, I suppose over there's a little pier there. Or maybe someone would come in with a little rowboat and they go out rowing out, and they could go into the middle of the lake, do a bit of rowing there. I'm not going to diss fishing, but it's not really my thing. But I reckon that for spending, if I was to come out, I mean, I'll be honest. If I had some audiobooks to spend time with, I could see myself enjoying a nice little time of if I had a bunch of snacks, access to some audiobooks. I'd have to accept I wouldn't be able to do much in the way of gaming, but you know, just have patches so that when I'm getting bored, I could listen to audiobook and just chill, or just have also occasion now and again just sit around, just sit on a chair, and just listen to the water. Maybe look at the fish. Maybe if I didn't do it, if I got the timing right, maybe watch a sunset. I could see a sunrise, but come on now. Well, I mean, I could see a sunrise, but then that would be before I turn in. Especially at the moment with what the heat wave is doing to me. That's another factor. I could see the ticking getting a bit annoying if you failed to find that spot there. Yeah. I know I was getting a bit annoyed by it. But I will say, to be fair, Taz, I shouldn't complain too loudly. I've seen how hot it's getting for you over in your area. But there is still also the counterpoint that has to be done though, which is at least it's a dry heat. I mean, we kind of have a dry heat, except that we're an up. I'm curious, like, is it a dry heat at least for you, Taz? I was talking about the heat, and I started talking about how this might be a good holiday spot, and took to the question of I was complaining about the heat. I remembered about the heat over in your area. Is the heat in your area at least a dry heat, or is there a lot of humidity in your area as well? I'm not gonna lie. Ah, that's fair. Yep, I shouldn't complain about the heat because you definitely got it worse than me. Then, I, I, well, I will say this morning we did have a little batch of rain, and yeah, today start today was definitely a humid start. I think that's part of what contributed my nodding off when I did. I mean, I will say this shouldn't be too just a button. Heating. Eesh. I hope you refrained from. I hope you didn't. I got to ask the question. How did the kite flying go? I'm not gonna lie. A little bit of a downside about this game, I feel. For some reason, this beeping is putting me in mind of a Geiger counter. Which now makes me wonder. How about an... Bless me. How about a game? How about a sim game where basically... Ugh. I hope it didn't take them too long to patch it up. Yeah, boring, basic, nothing. Gotta be something here. Called it. I mean, I will say with this game, partly I was wondering if I might get a random audience in that was randomly looking for this game. But I guess it just didn't hit off. Uh, 19th century. We've seen one of these before. Yeah. I will respond to it in a sec, but I need to stop this beeping. Yeah, I can see why this might get low popularity with that beeping. But I also do feel a certain appeal to the game. I mean that I'm trying to. I have a bad memory. Beer, it's let's see. I think I noticed it and then kind of scrolled a bit past it, and so I might have been it might have been a lot of text I had to read through and kind of skim read, but right? I mean, let's be fair here. It's better to hit some power lines than hitting people, at least. So I mean, it's better to hear that someone has a bit of a nuisance where they're in the dark. I mean, if it was happening, if it happened during the day as well, it's not so bad. Like, I mean, worst case scenario, the food might go off. I mean, that's always sad to see. But the fact is that sometimes in the case of the situation, that's sometimes the risk with the bigger trees, because the bigger trees can sometimes be at greater risk because they can catch more of the wind. Plus, they tend to be less flexible, so more likely to be windbreakers. But like I said, it can be better. Like if no one got hurt, it's not so bad. Like needle was it as food as it was. It might be better quality, but I do find it a little curious that it's marked as a rare item. But yeah, that said, that said, after the stage of no one is hurt, I certainly can understand of, yeah, that is kind of a nuisance. But at the end of the day, It's kind of a... let's be fair, a tree falling on you is no light matter. I'm not gonna lie. I zoned it. It took me a minute to realise that was there were like some mushrooms or something. At first I walked in, is like that big pile of poop. You tell me that it's an invalid point of a quick glance of that looks like a big pile of poop, right? And when you stop for a couple of seconds to look at it, you can realise what it is. But I'm sure, God, surely I'm not the only one to have. That said, I can easily imagine that. I'm sure I've had moments like that in real life where I've seen something like, it's a piece of poo. Then it's something quite different. I mean, yeah, bit of rubbish. I am curious to see. The reason to keep playing this is because the fact is that this is going to be standard fare, isn't it? Because it is literally, it's literally the first map. I feel like you might be a clue, but you might not be. You might just be a marker. As I found out, each of these maps has one legendary item on it. I will say that there's another point of we've not seen. Like we've heard birds and we've seen fish and bugs, but we've not. And that sounded like a woodpecker there. And what woodpeckers native to Germany? Like, I actually do know someone who kind of likes bird, but it's a case of you're just a bottle cap. I thought it might have been something a bit more impressive at first, but I think it was the way it was angled. I mean, this is the thing I always say of, you don't need top-end graphics for a good game. And while I won't necessarily big this up as one of the best games ever, I do think it's a game you could have a bit of fun over, you know? Like, I do kind of want to know of, can you sell, like, basically, are there upgrades to this game? Like, are there upgrades to this game? Can you get like a better quality metal detector? better shovel, I guess, although I'm not sure what you could do with a better shovel, unless... What's that? I think I know what that is. That is a small round lead ball, likely for a musket. I was gonna say, now look, here's the thing. That is a hell of a big musket ball compared to on the floor. Yeah. I like me rare, good quality, $25. But we already got it. Not gonna read because I've already got it. Like, I will say it is something I like about sim games, that you can kind of get upgrades, you know? Like, the upgrades might be, oh, you can run faster, or you can... Like, the upgrades might just be, you can get more space, or you can unlock, it's a button. No, a button. Yeah, poor quality, normal, treasure, button. Yeah, it's, like, obviously the shop sims, it's often get more space. Attract more customers. There might be a you might be able to hire people. Auto scent spray in the case of something like the card shop sim, which I've got to say I find a little offensive, but may also be accurate. Maybe a bit more precision on being able to detect the things. That might be nice. That might be that'd be a good upgrade. So as you, like, I could see a few options for upgrades in this game. Yeah, we've seen you before, but yeah, it's nice to see. Like, yeah, it's I don't know if like all games work on an upgrade system, but usually it's like, to achieve such a task, earn so much, and unlock this cooler thing that is a little upgrade. I'd be lying if I say that wasn't like half the fun. Like, it's part of the reason why Retro Rewind, I do intend to hop in and do a bit of that. I mean, the best things found so far, I suppose, was the musket. Been a bunch of buttons, few medallions. I So I need to get to that area. I suppose I need to get to that area. Here, no luck in, we've not had the luck to find Hitler's gold in here, but then again, I'm glad you found out that there was a. I think I got it wish listed for the second one, but I think I forgot about that they got a second one coming. Right, thanks for reminding me, Tag. Wait, I can't even see the ground here. I'm guessing you're in half time there, Tag? A rusty nail. Yeah, that's a good question. How is the work going? You're done for... fair. Before you go, the one question I would be curious to see if you agree with. Half the fun of a... Hang on. Half the fun of a sim game is the upgrades, right? Not just me? Wait. Oh. I mean, as far as I could see, there was nothing there. It's a pull ring, so it might as well be nothing. But... Oh, because it was on its side, that's why you couldn't see the damn thing. But yeah, that's, I am genuinely curious to know, to know other opinions on that point. Oh, I don't see anything. Oh wait, it's a needle. That is true. I mean, it does vary, but usually in most sim games you want to be able to get an upgrade, even if the upgrade is just unlocking a new thing. I mean, it does. Like the argument, I would say, I suppose I should put an amendment of, it does depend on how they have the upgrade system working. And sometimes even an upgrade can actually have it can make a game more interesting sometimes if an upgrade gives a benefit that also comes with a detriment. Also, How is my frame rate? I want to refresh my stream to check because it's. And it was a bit behind, but then again, it could be because. Uh, I hope the appointment turns out well, wherever it is. I went to pick up my. While I clicked that, I went to go and click out the controller. Right, it's another needles to it. We've seen the needles. Like, I went to pick up my controller because I'm so. See, that's the thing. I'm a controller player, so I have a controller right in front of me right now. Right between the mouse and the keyboard. Yeah, well, Taz is making sure she's got the money in there to go hitting your subscribe button there, Tag. I want a bit. It feels a bit off-putting the fact that you can't jump in this. I'm so used to being able to jump. And I feel like if you could jump, it would help a bit with the game. Oh yeah, Taz. Have you heard about being the AI, the generative AI thing being on Twitch and automatically opting you in? I figured I'd mention that because it might, if you hadn't heard about it, you might want to go and turn it off. Thing is that I'm not like AI is not automatically bad. It's a matter of what it gets used for. But, however, I think what gets everyone riled up is the fact that the opt-in thing. And for those on YouTube wondering, basically, probably watching the VOD. I've mostly been streaming on Twitch, and I'm relatively recently starting to work on YouTube. Part of the reason is the plan is I do intend to maybe look into doing other forms of content. I don't have the legendary item. There's a space empty there, and there's a space empty there, and there's a space empty there. So I suppose work my way along to there. Actually, a thought just occurred to me. There's something over in this way? Come on, Tag. You know you want to go full partner. Actually, a pendant? A nice pendant? Oh, a necklace. Ah, but it's a different shape, that's why I didn't get it. So a necklace dates back to 18th century Europe. Given the personal nature of the item, it's like an old family heirloom lost by a soldier during a war, as odds of just losing or misplacing jewelry like this are rather low. Given the past conflicts in this area and the amount of European soldiers who fought here, makes it the most likely scenario. Good quality, $25 iron red treasure. Tag? What are you doing spying on Taz's lottery wins there, Tag? What are you doing spying on Taz's lottery wins so you discover it before even Taz realizes she's won? Highly sus there, Tag. Yeah, there was... I have a theory about that rock. So is this one. So let's... Okay, so I want to take a photo of that because I have a. A sneaking suspicion that that might be of some merit. I'm instinctively wanting to hit the spacebar in the theory that expectations that will make me jump in the game. Unfortunately, it doesn't make me jump. It just confuses me when I hit it and it does nothing. Let's want to check on something. Because I was going to check because I'm curious to know if I'm getting sidetracked by other things. Bray, ADHD, ADHD. Why'd you do this to me? Yeah. So it looks like no streaming from Lyndon today. He dropped the message just about the same time I started streaming. Yep. I want to go to the office because I'm going to the office because I figure if I go to the office, I'll be able to see. Is there a good Jumanji video game? I know there is a Jumanji video game, but the one I saw, is it a good one? Or is it like a film to like a film to game deal, as they tend to be? Some Native American style from the sound of it. So I guess that when you go in, you'll get different kinds. Wow. Oh, there are travel costs. Ah. So I guess there must be a way to sell them on, which is probably done through jobs. But I've only done 41% of it. That's fair, Taz. Let's see you around. Thank you for dropping by. I do think that I'm a little tempted right now to take a beer. I'm thinking I might actually go along and step away for a moment. Bio breaks are important, guys. As is keeping hydrated. Hello? YouTube. And it... How much does it cost to travel to there? When they're both free, it's good to know. But... Oh! I guess the pickle helm... Why do I get... I am getting a vision of a helmet. I might have seen... Yeah. I'm probably not going to be on for too much longer. But it's been worth a dip in. I don't know if I'll return to it. But like... There's still nearly 60%. There's still nearly 60% of the stuff to find. Like... Like... Honestly, well, one of the good things about sim games is they're kind of chill. Usually. I am wondering, like, it's a little frustrating because the element of how long can you keep, like, how, like, because I feel like I walked across the majority of this map already. Like, Is this the kind of thing where sometimes you have to, where you sometimes have to go away and then come back later on? Like, like, I'm not seeing any indicators for anything new. I feel like I've walked pretty much everywhere I could access. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm not saying that there isn't more to find. I'm saying that I feel like the space I've walked, I should have found something. If given how many small things are still meant to be unfound. Is that an owl or a cuckoo? Like, I... Oh! There's more here? No. Probably not having that buzzing. I had something that kind of buzzing a few days ago and it was... That's about ticket prices. Go look these up. Because I don't speak German. Ah, dear visitor. Ah, okay, I suppose let's try for the numbers then. Any relevant? There's no numbers relevant on here. So I don't think that is anything. I'm going to return to the office. You know what? Wait, I am liking it. Sure, it looks like there's a few different music options that they present when you go to the office. And they say options. Randomly playing music deals. Hello Ghost. Sorry for slow response. I was doing a little bit of research. There is a metal detector, but the way this game works is basically you get pinged when you're going near an object. Then you open up and you pull out your metal detector when you get notified that you're near an object. Since wasn't near any objects, couldn't pull out my metal detector to find stuff. It was It's a little frustrating. You can't. You can only pull it out when you're near an object. Like, I'm going to go over to the Gettysburg and I'll demonstrate. Battle of Gettysburg is one of the most known battles of the American Civil War, fought in the first days of July 1863. It's known to be battle with the largest. I mean, I'll demonstrate when I get into Gettysburg, but the spelling on this isn't ideal, but it is known to be battle, not the battle, just known to be battle with the largest number of casualties of the entire war. Today, much of the area where the battle took place is preserved. Among those is the Gettysburg National Military Park. You'll travel there near the Lincoln Address Memorial in hope to find some Civil War memorabilia. An early Springfield musket would certainly look nice in your collection. Okay. I'm currently pressing the tab button. Pressing. See, what you need is, you need this little pinging. You then have to right click. Yeah, that's the thing. You have to wait for that initial pinging to go coming up to be able to get the metal detector out. This is pretty much the tutorial, which for some reason I guess that you have to redo this. That's the thing of. That's the indicator something is nearby. It's. It's a little annoying because I have already done this area. If I had known that I would have had to redo it, I might not have. I might not have bothered with the tutorial. It is an old game, to be fair. It's not super old. I mean, it's about 8 years old, which is kind of old. And if you do have another suggestion, I am open to it. But this is why kind of said that it might just be I've said a couple of times, it might just be a one stream deal. Right, if you have any, if you have other suggestions, I am open to them. Like I said. Like, yeah, like, I don't blame you. Like, right now, well, when I started at least, I was literally the only person. Like, just before I started, I went to see who was streaming, and no one else was. It's a nail. It's I'm not saying it was never streamed, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's not really been streamed much since partway for its release. Like, they are, however, bringing out a sequel to it. I noticed. It's not out yet. It's to be released deal. I mean, to be honest, from what you've seen of it, do you think you would play it? And like, I do think it's a good idea. It's a nice idea, but it does have its flaws. That's fair. Like, it's I mean, it's my hope. I don't know if it. I'll be honest. I kind of grabbed it because I saw Jacksepticeye, not Jacksepticeye, Markiplier play it, and it looked like it could have been interesting. This isn't the tutorial. It just so happens that this is the exact same location as the tutorial they gave you. Which is why I say, I've done this! I'm a little tempted to rewatch the video to help make me decide if I want to restream it. But at the very least, worst case scenario, I get to rewatch an old Markiplier video. Which is, it's not a chore, so. Oh, but what it is, you select the metal detector. Once you've located it and it highlights yellow, you click on it, then it goes to shovel mode. Yeah, I did see you mention that earlier. I think you're trying to drop a subtle hint there, SRM. I don't know. It seems very subtle, SRM. I will do that. That might be worth doing. Let's see. A wheel. Search the area. Yeah, I've not seen that area yet. That's ruins. Scan for artifacts. See, I also think that looks like a different metal detector that they've got. So my theory is this game might come with upgrades eventually. It's just that since I'm in early game, it might be that I need to upgrade it. Okay, so I'm not seeing the wheel yet. Although looking at the ad. Wait, are you looking at the first one or the second one? That's fair enough, SRM. Enjoy the sleep. I understand the vibe. Uh, Currently looking for, didn't see in the video. Ah, yes. It looks like what you're looking at there is you might have looked at the video for Treasure Hunter 2. Yeah. Yeah, so looking at looking at the videos, the second one does indeed appear to come with a wheel, but the first one does not. This may well represent one of the ways in which they're upgrading the game in the sequel. I'm a little surprised that they're bringing out a second one though. Like, I'm curious to know if this was maybe a little bit of a passion project of theirs. Like, it might have been a passion project, and because they managed to get a bit of success elsewhere, so that's a bit of a theory why they might be bringing out a second. Also, it does give them an opportunity to do an upgraded quality version of it. For all you know, I may potentially be ahead of my time playing this. And I could go on saying it's a dog awful. This is a dog awful game, but I'm not going to do that because I actually think it's okay. Kinda. That said, it's worth noting that the first one did have mixed reviews. I mean, I can veer away and still have the thing. But like, I have to be near one of those symbols to get it out. The other factor is that from what I saw in the video for the second one, it was the second one that seemed to have knobs and dials so you can do adjustments to the thing, which you don't seem to get in the first one. I'm thinking I'm probably going to be going for another 10 minutes, quarter of an hour. I do think I'm going to check out the sequel. I don't know if I'm going to return to streaming this. Like I said, I think I'm going to watch the Markiplier video of it and see if, I could be missing something. But I do think it's a nice looking game. I'm not saying it's absolutely stunning or gorgeous or anything spectacular, but it's kind of moderately priced. I will say I did also get on this. I didn't manage to catch on the sale. That is a bit of a recommendation I would give, especially at this point. When they released the second one, you might be able to get this cheap, and I can see people. There was actually another sim game I was considering. I was considering looking into a paleontology game for a couple of them. I was tempted to get one of those because chance to dig up dinosaur bones sounds pretty cool. I remember as a kid thinking, I wouldn't mind being an archaeologist. It was years later I realized, well, hang on, I've done the same mistake a lot of people do. It's not archaeology, it's paleontology. Archaeology is more like human history. Paleontology is the one full of dinosaurs. Yeah, I will be finishing in about 10 minutes because I probably should grab something a bit more something solid to eat. Because of timing reasons, I decided not to go. Basically, so I could get some magic. I ended up deciding not to go grabbing my meal at work today. Well, because I was late, I couldn't get my break. And because I wanted to catch magic, I didn't stay for a meal. Plus, there's the additional factor of, at the time, I'm not gonna lie, I zoned out a bit. At the time, oh, my focus is gone. It's not good. But it is. But it's not unusual either. But yeah, like, are there upgrades you can unlock? Maybe. I do so hope there are upgrades you can unlock. It does make sense. It does kind of make sense that beyond the tutorial, you would have trouble unlocking the legendaries of places, and that you might need to go back and find them. Hey, that's Egg. Did you get the dub? I'm not asking your team, I mean you personally. Did you personally score all of the winning goals? How are you doing, Tag? I'm probably hopping off in about 10 minutes. I mean, well, look at it this way, better draw than a loss, I guess. Unless, of course, it was just another two other teams. So in Tag, I did the tutorial. I'm now at a bit of a loss as to what to do. Which, I mean, I did the tutorial. I hopped out. I did some exploring in some of the other areas. And I'm a bit... I mean, that is tempting. Well, I will say, I'm not sure I would do a 12-hour stream of this game. Because what I'm planning on doing... Oh, I'm going to the office. What I'm planning to do is, I'm planning to go back and watch the Markiplier video on it to... Because I'm sure he did manage to advance some other things in there. Some slightly unsettling looking picture. Holy shit, that is very unsettling. What the hell was that? This isn't meant to be a horror game. What the hell game? It appears to be just that photo. Like, none of the others seem to be having an impact, but that one, for some reason... I mean, I'm not... I definitely feel like this game has potential. Copy of Alice in Wonderland. I approve. Wait, is it? I mean, it kind of looks it from that image, but then again... I don't think it is. It is! I mean, honestly, the best I found was in a tutorial. I mean, I would be surprised if they were doing updates on this game because it isn't a. I did have. See, I got 48% complete. I got more, but there was still spaces to be done. Email? Ah! Emails! Well, emails where you will receive job offers. All job offers are defined in two sections, jobs and side jobs. The first one holds all the jobs that will push the storyline forward. Side jobs will allow you to gain prestige while completing tasks for other minor factions. Here's where the jobs are. Now here we go. I guess that you have to. I guess these jobs here are what get you the. Like, you go on and then you go and collect these, and you go and. Ah, so I guess these give you prestige. I remember it talking about prestige, but didn't understand what it was about. Or I forgot. Actually, no, I completely forgot about prestige. Detectors. Ah, so you can get upgraded detectors. This is where you access all the detectors you unlocked. To unlock a detector, you need to reach the required prestige level and have enough money to buy it. When the detector is unlocked, you can equip it by pressing the equip button. Ah, so here we go. Yep, that's correct. To be fair, I didn't really pay. I was just eager to go. In my defense, I was more eager to just go. I've seen gameplay of this, but I haven't watched the video in years. It was a good video. I remember that, but I've not watched it in years. But now we see what we've got to do. And this is all the things we've got. I didn't read it. I think we know what can figure out what our collection is. But now we know. What we have to do is we have to look at the emails. We have to go in and do the. So we go in and we can take these. We do these quests to go. So we have to do these to get the prestige in order to be able to unlock. In order to be able to I mean, now I got it figured out, I might actually return to this in the future. Now I know. Now I know I was missing something obvious. I can go along in the next time I come in. I can come in and I can actually. Because I remember it saying about the jobs, but I didn't actually understand how the jobs work. And like I said, I was mainly interested in. For some reason, I was imagining that I didn't really properly register what it was. Like, this is what I saw. I wouldn't have thought. And I was figuring out there had to be new detectors. But, I'd forgotten that it was in here because I was usually rushing into. I only looked at it the first time I came in. Then I focused more on the writing and on the fact that there's two areas. But now we know what to do. That's the thing, though. They didn't go actually saying. None of the tutorial actually said that you go to emails to find the jobs. So they only said what you do to get. They mentioned the jobs, but they didn't say that they were there. So I guess that what it is that how do you find a prestige level? Oh, there we go. So I guess you get prestige just by digging some stuff up, but to really advance, you need to do the jobs. But when we do, we've got. I'm going to focus on just I'm probably gonna hop it when I come in. I'm probably just gonna focus. Get the prestige jobs come on. I do think I'm going to have to return to this at some point now. Possibly I'll return to it next Friday. I don't know. I since I now know, I don't want to leave it too long because otherwise I might forget to do that. But what? We have a quick look what they are. So we got to take a picture of 3 plants. I've got to find the fastest route from the river to the upper village. I don't know how you figure that one out. Gotta take a photo of the cannon monument and the main monument. And gotta find a musket lead bullet, good condition, in Gettysburg. Part of me does kind of want to start go get to working on done with them, but I feel like the smart part of me is saying, "Go get some food. You're streaming later." It has to be said, I have been streaming this for nearly 3 hours. That's nearly how long it took for me to actually realize where the jobs were. Though, in my defense, part of that time was up by doing the tutorial. Nevertheless, that's a little embarrassing. Yeah, I'm gonna have a quick. So I'm going to. I need it to be clear. Okay, so no, I'm going to close you. Well, I do. I will say I do think it does some good visuals. I will be interested. I'm kind of want to play this so that when I after I played it, I can come back and maybe try the second one. Be able to say this is what it looks like. This is the comparison I think of the first one. Set the second one to the first one. I mean, I wouldn't try doing that with the GTA series because they're what. Yep, when they're coming up to 6, and I do believe that GTA 6 is a very much a completely different beast to GTA 1. Like, like the first one from what I don't remember it, but I believe it was kind. Well, from what I've heard and someone say recently, all it really was being able to go around and mess around. And I think that that's quite popular to do in GTA in general, but I mean, what I want to know is GTA 6 coming with a storyline? If so, how many people do we expect to be playing the storyline? I don't know. Let's do a few shoutouts. There you go, Taggy. What are you doing just chatting for, Tag? You're a professional gamer, Tag. What are you doing? Uh, yes. Were you the one who mentioned? No, I think it was Tag who said earlier that the low budget repairs game was good. That I will say, in looking for sim games, that one did catch my eye. I don't. I went and looked. I don't know if it was in sale. Who was it then that said? Was it you who said earlier on that it's a good game? Uh, I need sleep. Actually, that is very much a valid point. I feel I do need sleep, but I'm not getting it. What I'm getting is a heatwave fueled dose of insomnia. Oh, I'm about nearly a third of the way through my achievements. Not that I'm in a rush about that, but just a note of, oh, that's the thing. I'm gonna have a, let me see. Hang on, I'm losing focus. Let me see. Who else do we have? Who else dropped by? Uh, well, we know we have to give. I know that. I know that. Uh, SRM was bigging up the that ore game, SnowRunner. Hmm. Wasn't if I remember right, that was like a trucker simulator deal. I'll also give a couple of shout outs to Fourth Nobleman, because why not? Correct now if I misspelled it. Uh, I'm just doing a load of shoutouts right now, but there's no clips tied to him, unfortunately. I mean, he would be streaming today, but he had. I think he's still tired from the work schedule, which is fair enough. Fair enough. Uh, who am I missing? Oh, let's remember the TV because last. Hang on. Ooh, it has been a while since he streamed. Just making I did it the right one. TV throws me off. I mean, so I'm gonna see who is on, but yeah. So I've officially set a recording of me humiliating myself of completely missing an important part of this game. Yeah, it happened before. It'll happen again. The fact that it's been recorded is just a side point. What am I missing? Yep, let me see. Yeah, it's thanks for everyone who dropped by. I'm not gonna lie. I need more caffeine. That's it. Oh, although it's not so good for the heat wave. Let me see. Think I've gotten the shout outs. Thanks, Tag, for the raid. Thanks, everyone, for dropping by. I feel like there's something I'm missing. Glenn, that's not unusual for me. Uh, I want to say I plan to try to stream on Sunday, but the only days I've got consistent right now are Tuesday and Friday. However, that said, I will be streaming later on today with the crew for some Fortnite. I'm also planning soon to do a week of doing over a course of a week doing 24 hours of streaming for charity. I still need to fine tune the details, but yeah, if you want to spread a little bit of word that that's happening, I really would appreciate that. But I feel like there is something I'm missing, but I am zoning out and it's not coming to me. So I'm going to say, everyone, thanks for what. Ah, that's what I was doing. I knew there was, I knew there was something, and I just remembered what it was that I was doing. I was having to check to see who I was going to be raiding out to. Well, yeah, it's cooled down now, but I am a little exhausted. Don't know what that game is. It sounds interesting. There was someone that popped up that I did consider dropping a raid to, but I intend to see if there's other options first. Oh, there's another sim game out there that I might go that way on the basis of they could do with a bit of help growing. a little bit of a disagreement between them and someone else I know, but they're looking to grow. And a big part of it is because they're doing another Sims games. They're doing another Sim game. I'm kind of familiar with them, and there are other people doing other Sim games as well. But like, I do so prefer to raid people I'm at least kind of familiar with. It doesn't need to be. I just a little bit recognize them of. Oh, I've seen some of their contents type of deal. But the raid. We're going to be doing the raid to. Yeah, Ducking Onyx. Uh, Usual message on YouTube. Hashtag T Raid. T Raid. I'm looking to grow a little bit at least. I have I've enjoyed this game, but I do think there are better sim games out there. But then it's not like this is a new sim game, so yeah. But for now, thanks for watching, and remember, we're all a little mad. Be good, be kind, be safe, be well, wherever possible. See you all around. I need to figure out another option for an outro image because I have one, but I'm not. I want to be absolutely sure.